and if you follow along properly, your drawing should look somewhat like this.
Hi guys, my name is Dr. Rocker and this is Lawrence, my son, the devil. He just had noodle soup, look at him. And today we will redraw David Finches Spiderman. Right, Lawrence?
Yes.
That's the book. And that's the Spider-Man we will redraw today. So grab your pencil and a piece of paper, cause it's time to draw, right Lawrence?
Yeah.
Okay guys, here we go. We start off with the line between the shoulder blades. Make sure to find the right place on your piece of paper. There is the spine. You know what? I might need to go a little bit to the left even. Because I want to have enough space for the hands everywhere. The spine is done in this direction. I will draw this one a little bit bigger than that. Sorry. This is the upper body. The left, this one, the left shoulder. The right shoulder is bent backwards quite a bit, so it's more like an oval. And you know what? Today, just for fun, we will draw the feet first. Usually I draw them last, but you might have seen the study session we did on this book where I did some gesture drawings. I did this one as well, and I guess I told you there this is a very funny looking leg, but because it has a strong bow like this, but it's perfect for Spider-Man. It looks amazing. There's the knee. This leg is pretty big. It's new to us. This leg is pointing more directly at us, so it's shorter, and also this one is smaller because it's away from us way more. So that's really, really well done by David Finch. Looking forward to get book number 2 already. But I guess I will do more study streams and redrawings of this one as well. So if you should have the book, let me know what you would like me to draw for you here. Let me know down in the comments. If you want to do a redraw and the post is getting a lot of likes, so that I know that many of you guys would like to have this or that special drawing done again, let me know. I would be happy to do it then. What is the problem here? This is a bit too small, I guess. I hope you guys are all fine and dandy. I for sure am. I love to do these studies of other artists because overall this is a great study to draw exactly, or at least to try to draw exactly like somebody else. And if it's a great artist like David Finch, you will learn a lot from doing that. So let's just leave him like that and visit it later. This leg is way smaller than this one. I'm not sure if I even like it better than here, but we'll see in a second. I'll come back to the legs later. Now I want to go in and do the rest of the gesture. Here we have to be extra careful because there is more for shortening in the arm than you would think. Well, at least than I would think, I guess. So this is the upper arm coming out of the shoulder, and here's the lower arm. I draw it in shapes like this so you can imagine it better. You see, there's a cylinder and there's kind of a cylinder, like a cone actually. And yeah, if you take a look, there's the hand like this, and I guess we are on the right place as long as I did this leg right. So it's about right, at least. That's all we need. We don't need to recreate it exactly inch by inch from Finche, not necessary. We need to get it good enough, done good enough. This is a very hard position, hard to draw position from the hand. This is a great hand. I drew the hand a little bit different, when you remember, when I did the gesture drawing study. This time I would like to stick more to the original, but it should be possible. Spidey has, you know what? Look at that! This drawing is bigger than that, and already I can see the hand is the same size. It needs to be way bigger. Sorry about that, folks. Again, I start with a circle for the overall hand shape for this part there. The palm, if you want to say so. And still, you can see this is the muscle. We can see this muscle and also this one. So let's try and put those in first. And make sure to draw big enough. Don't make the same mistake I just did. This finger is about this size. Man, I hate this finger. Let's just move on to the easy ones first. Not big enough again. Somewhere around these lines, that should work. Can you see it properly? You know what, I'll do that. So, because I want you to see this one as well. So if you draw along, you can use this reference as well during drawing, and might even be easier to draw along then. And of course, you can use the reference from all the in-between steps, which is the most easy way to recreate these things from my Instagram account. All will be there, as always. So that's big enough for sure now. And the thumb is coming out here, like that. Here's the big thumb muscle. Okay, now I can try, let me just put this right. Now I can try to do this one right. It's like, it's supposed to be like this. And there's another, how are they called? You know what I mean. Okay, so I guess this will work. This will work. Clean it up a little bit so you can see it properly, and also so I can see it properly. Okay, and that I will leave like this for now. There is the finger, like that. It's a little bit different again, but still good enough. Okay, let's stick to the hand, you know that? Let's just stick to the hand. The foreshortening is very well shown here. There's the back of the hand still, and here the foreshortening shows us what's first. This is a simple line. Very jagged, but that's really great. This is extremely jagged, but I'll try it out. I wouldn't do it like that, but we are here to try out stuff. And this one goes beautifully into the shoulder, like that. And also here. Yeah, I guess that's how it's supposed to be done. I'm sure if the shoulder is big enough, I hope it is. Okay, now we've done the hard part, I guess. What's also very important is to get the head right. The middle of the head ends up about from our spine here. The spine actually it's also the middle of, it's not just also, it's more like the middle of the drawing. So let's just say here is the middle of our head, and we can take this one as a landmark, so it should end somewhere around here. And look, the head is pointed downwards quite a bit. Keep that in mind. And this, by the way, I think that's not, I'm actually pretty sure it's not a drawing from a Monday Night Draw. I guess it's a cover. I guess it's from a Spider-Man cover he did at some point. It's a really cool drawing. But still, I dare say, for beginners, like we all are, sort of at least, it's easier to redraw these things when I do them, because the Monday night streams are great to watch and you can draw along and you will learn a lot, but he's too good. He's doing this and it's a perfect underdrawing. I'm struggling, and you can struggle along because you will need to, because we are all in the same boat. We are not David Finches yet. We might never be, but you know what I mean, I guess. There, again, very, very easy to make this one too long. The foreshortening is crazy with spider guys. But I guess can be. You know what? I will change it up because this is a little bit less. But I would even like a foreshortening like that. That would work. You see, if there's the hand, wouldn't be bad. But I want to stick more to the original, and there the foreshortening is not as much as I did it. But I'm very glad at the moment that I just did too much foreshortening, because usually it's the other way around. Usually I draw something and then I find out that well, let's just put it like this, and it might happen to a lot of you guys that the arm ends here if you're not careful. So better to do it too short, I guess, than too long, because foreshortening is a biatch. Sorry about the language, but I guess you feel me, you guys. You guys feel me. We are all family here. Okay, this should be easy. It's very, very steep down. There is the chest, and the chest comes out from this, where the bicep and the shoulder meets. There is supposed to be the chest muscle. About here, is it low enough? I guess it is. And of course we have the rib cage. We'll draw in the rib cage real quick. And this is really cool because the rib cage is coming out. You can't see it here because there's the lateralis muscle. I think it's called lateralis. Here it's stretched so far that the rib cage, because he's not so muscular, because he's Spider-Man. Sorry. So the rib cage is pointing out quite a bit, which means we need to draw it like this. That's cool. And just to get this right from the beginning, make sure that this is not too much, because we don't want Spider-Man to look too muscular. That's just not who he is. You can see now I need to go lower because there's this long muscle, and there starts the chest. So look where I started with that. But the good thing is, when I make mistakes, I can, and well, at least when I'm able to find them, then you will most likely not make the same mistakes. And here's another one. This is the line for the chest, but there's one next to it. Yeah, this is working. After all, this might be a little bit of the lateralis muscle. Hard to say, but it works. And now, since this is lower, I need to get this low as well, because there's almost no bending in the upper body. Okay, and this is the overall gesture already. Well, already, I mean, it's like I'm in 15 minutes, so took me quite a while. Now I will take a quick glance in the mirror. Okay guys, here we go. We will start off with the line between the shoulders, as always. So let's just find the right place on the paper so we won't have any troubles with the arms later. So I guess that should work about here. I will use my 2B pencil again so you can see properly, and as you know, this is the line from the middle. I will draw it a little bit bigger than this one. As you know, I love my 2B pencil because it's a very fluid movement with this cool pencil. Okay, so this is the upper body of Spider-Man. There is the left shoulder, and there's his right shoulder. It's a little bit backwards, more oval, and yeah. Let's just, you know what? Let's just do something different today, and let's start off with the feet. I always do all the stuff first, and yeah, why not start off with the feet for a change? That's very interesting. I think I already said that when I first did the video about some gesture drawings of this book, the Monday Night Draw book from David Finch. We already did a study, and you might have seen this, we already did Bane. Pretty cool drawing. Man, he's so good. Anyway, I think I said that this leg is pretty funny, but it looks perfect for Spider-Man because it has this form somewhere around these lines. This is way too long, I guess, or isn't it? I don't know. It's too early again. I always have to do these things in the morning when I'm not quite awake, or late at night. Very seldom that I get the chance to do those during the day. But let's try out if this works. The knee is around here. And this would be the lower leg. I hope you guys are all well and dandy. I for sure am. I'm enjoying myself doing the videos for you guys. Learning from David Finch is always really, really cool. I get so much out of these, so please make sure to draw along. This will help you out so much. I just realized I drew this leg too big. I think, yeah, this is pointing towards us, and this hand. For some reason, this is a little bit, yeah, it must be farther away from us. Let's just try it out how he did it. There's the leg, like this, and this, the lower leg is quite small, but it looks great on the drawing. I guess it's because it's bent backwards so much. Yeah, that's the reason. See? Learn the thing again. if you're doing stuff like this, the best thing to do would to sketch it out first on an extra piece of paper, just a quick sketch to get the feel of the pose, and then you draw it properly. And as always, there will be all the in-between steps from the drawing we will do today on my Instagram account. So make sure to check that out. And there you can see, this is such a bad start. I might fucking... And please people, do that yourself as well. It's so important. I instantly saw that this leg is too thin. Doesn't look good. You might have seen it on camera because you see it from further away than I when I'm drawing this. Especially when I draw this and film this, I have to be careful. So you don't see my head all the time in the camera. So it's actually quite uncomfortable to draw and film at the same time. So what also works very good is standing up in between and just take a look from further away. But when you see it mirrored, it's even way better. You will spot mistakes so much more easily. Yeah, I will try now and draw this leg, this foot actually, a little bit bigger. But I don't want to go too nuts. But I guess it works. This is great. The big knee and then let's start with this muscle. There's the big muscle. Then we put in the knee like this. It's a little bit too much exaggerated. And then there's the small bump for this little muscle here. Okay, just to get rid of the confusion real quick. So, are we getting there, people? I think we are. I hope I will have time to be in the chat right now. Usually I do. It's Sunday evening, so most of the time I try to be in the chat of my videos, especially in the longer videos. So if you want to talk a little bit and you're watching this live, kinda live, I mean, if it's Sunday, then you can find me in the chat. Say hello. I will try and respond to all of your questions and whatever. Again, I need to stand up a little bit. I'm not sure if this leg shouldn't be a little bit bigger overall, and I will just try it out. Just a little bit bigger, which is easy to do. I have the feeling this takes quite long, but it will be done quickly, I hope. All in all, because Spider-Man has lots of details, but overall he's not as big. Let's see. And if not, it's a long video. It is what it is. Anyway, that doesn't look good. I messed it up. Talking about the length of the video. Okay, let's concentrate for a second. This part must be right. But there's something went wrong. Is this better? I hope it is. I haven't drawn Spidey for quite a while, and I noticed this. I noticed that now. It's a different thing to draw muscular heroes or spider persons. Okay, I guess that's it now. You can't go on forever. Let's just try and keep it good enough. Sometimes we have to aim for good enough. Okay. There is the spider web still. The spider web, we will just, it comes out here, of course. And it's supposed to go up there, and it's supposed to get very wide, of course, because it's coming towards us. That's the spider web right there. And we will also do some spider webs as he did, so you can see it, as he did on this arm, on this hand. There's one in this direction. And that's how you draw them first, just the overall shape like this. Then there's one coming out here about, I guess this doesn't have to be exactly the same, that's not necessary. These are very nice. Very nice touch. And then let's just do this one as well, another one. And here's the one that holds the body, which is very firm. Okay, next stop, the head. The head needs to be the right size, that's very important. And we need to place the eyes properly, because that's all we got for face, really. Spider-Man is just 2 eyes on an egg. The middle is here, like that. Let me just check if I think the head has the right size, and about here is the middle line of the eyes, which means we have just this little bump here, and there the eyes already. This one is disappearing here, like that. And the other one is making a bow like this. Oh no, I need to go further, because it ends up at the edge of the head here. And then the same bow like here. Once you drew in one eye, you have to be careful to use the landmarks of your eye and not of something else from the other drawing you're drawing from, because they need to be on the same level. Okay, those are the eyes. That should work. What shall we do next? What do you think? I think we should do the costume. I still have to erase something. You know what? I will clean it up in a second. I'll be back. Okay guys, as you can see, I got rid of all the help lines, so the whole thing is a little bit more easy on the eyes. If you're drawing along directly, maybe just pause the video for a second and get rid of your help lines if there should be many, and then you just press play again. Okay, we will draw in all the lines from the costume now. This one, yeah, it's just, that's this one, and there's the glove, and with Spider-Man the glove ends up here, and yeah, about this direction. And here is the shoulder. I hope you can see it properly. Shoulder is right there. And there we have a problem. I did something wrong, because this is the line where the costume ends. So I need to be here. This was wrong. The costume goes down. You know what? Let's just join a little bit some of the muscles. There is first row of the stomach muscle, second row about here, and then the third is down there. Then we have some lovely ribs. We can also draw in the ribs real quick. No, you know what? Let's just stick. The ribs don't mess around with the costume, so let's just do the costume first. It's like this. There's the costume, and this one comes out a little bit here, goes down there, and then it should be the same thing like this. And he has some sort of belt, of course, but you know Spider-Man. I'm sure I could draw Spider-Man without any reference by now. Even though I haven't drawn him for a while, I have drawn him often enough. There are also some other tutorials on Spider-Man on my channel, so if you like Spider-Man, you will find some cool ways to draw him right on my channel. But I guess this will be the coolest one because it's a David Finch one. He just does the best job. Now we defined the all of the costume parts, and now we are drawing in the muscles. So there is the chest. The chest is ending here actually, and here should we do the line? It will be black here. Okay. From here on, we need to do some ribs now. They are quite round on David Finch's drawing. I would do them a little bit different, but again, I want to try out Dave's stuff here. So let's do them like he did. Sorry, I had the pencil in my mouth. My mouth is the best pencil holder. You can see there's also some rib shapes on the outline here. Of course, we also need to draw a spider. And the chin, you can see the chin is a little bit too big because it's more foreshortened, since the head is bowing away from us. It needs to be a little bit more like this. And there's the shadow afterwards. Okay, here is the middle of the chest, which means we need to draw the spider here. It should end with the chest muscle. So it's the same like that. You know what? For this I will use an H pencil, because it's lighter and I can do more details. Doesn't have to be lighter to be seen because I can press harder, but with this one I can do the details better because it's thinner lines. When you do the Spider-Man sign, start off with the longer legs. It's easier. The longer legs like this, and then you can fit in the smaller ones. I hope it's right. I'm not sure if it has enough bow. I guess it has. Again, we start off with the bigger ones, and then squeeze in the smaller legs. This way it's easier to draw. Okay, so now we have done all we need, except from the spider webs. But otherwise, we have done all we need for going in with the inks, because otherwise it will get too confusing. So let's just draw the spider webs. I will start with these right here. The thing is, all we need to do are these things that wrap around. I will stick to this pencil because I have it in my hand already. And what you should do, first of all, it needs to get a little bit thinner here. More like that. And what you should do is you just, like I said, you just draw these. And of course you don't need to do them exactly like here. That's not necessary. Just imagine them as ribbons. Ribbons? No, actually not ribbons. Just like little ropes that are around the other ropes. And you can go nuts, like he did it here. I even did it a little bit more. You can really let it look out like this. I'm sorry, I don't know the right words to describe it properly. But I guess you know what I mean. Can you see it properly? Yes, you can. Just cross them every once in a while, like that. I just sketch them in real quickly because we will do it properly with the inks later. And then there are some lines in this direction, but I will not draw them all. I will draw them once these lines are inked. And the same thing here with the smaller ones. Just make sure that these little ropes are long enough to be wrapped around the bigger ones who hold the ropes. It goes fairly fast, you know. You see? It's very sketchy. It will take longer when we ink it, but we will get there and we will be able to do it fast enough to keep it in the video, I hope. So you get it, I guess. This could actually go thinner a little bit. Going away from us. He's swinging from back there. Doesn't have to be. It can be the same size. He could swing from here, but I like the variety. Tells you more story when he comes from another direction, I guess. Okay, and here I want to do these as well. That's very nice. But we will do this properly with the inks, and we will ink right now, and we will start off with a 0.1 fine liner from Micron. I just realized there are some muscles missing, so let's just draw in some muscles first. But we will go to the fine liner in a second. So bicep, because I want to define these muscles, first of all, it's necessary to get them done properly when we are inking and do the strong blacks, but also so you can understand it properly. You see what I did here? I did this the wrong way because the foreshortening is going this way, so the forearm needs to be dominant. Okay, not much muscles here. Here as well, there's not a lot going on. We can leave it like that. Yeah, we will do that with the inking that later. But still, on the legs, there need to be some muscles on the legs. The knee should be defined more properly. Okay, there's the shin bone, or what is it called? I don't know. It's too early today. Can't remember half of the words. This is nicely done. I want to capture this. Very small hatchings. I guess he did this with a Tombow pen. We will do it exactly the same, hopefully. So there's this one, and man, this leg is done beautifully. Let's hope ours will look similar. Okay, this should work. Then this is a total different anatomy from what I'm used. Spidey, you need to get ripped. But a ripped Spider-Man, I don't know. I don't like it. Doesn't look good. Nah, it's cool. It's cool that he isn't ripped. All the others are ripped enough. All our favorite heroes. Super ripped. Okay. You can see I already defined the strong blacks a little bit. Just for landmarking everything. This is a very interesting part right there. A little bit hard to recreate, I guess. A lot of this I can tell is just done with the ink brush, the brush pen. So we will try to do it as well, but at the same time I can't be as confident as Dave is because I'm redrawing this. I'm not inventing the muscles as he did when he drew this, but I'll try to make it good. Let's see, the knee is pretty big there. Don't know what this is all. What's this all about? Should be like that. This is the major muscle from here, and then we have some mini muscles from right there. There's black, and there are the muscles coming out. But I will do that properly with the brush pen later. I guess that's all we need, so we can start now with the Micron Fineliner 0.1, my broken one, but still I love him. So now we just use the 0.1 Fineliner with very, very fast and sketchy movements to just to trace all the outlines, just like that. And today I will leave it. Sometimes I do this part fast forward because it's actually just tracing the whole thing, but it's not as much on this one, so I thought it might also help to see how I do this part. You can see very sketchy work, as I said. Sometimes he does this because he's broken. Wait a second, so you can see it properly. Sometimes he makes these double lines, which I'm not too keen for, but other than that, the grade still works. The pen still works great, although it's such an old one. Well, maybe even because it's an old one. Would be nice to be live with you guys right now, but if I would have to read some chats, I would take even longer. But I don't have internet here in this room, so I have to work on that. Because I still would like to go live at some point. Would be really cool to be able to talk to you during my drawing sessions. Maybe I can ask Meredith if she would like to be my co-host. Meredith, come over. Hop in a plane. We could even do them earlier. So you're not falling asleep. Okay. The eyes. Be careful not to do that. What I just did. It's not necessary. I also do a little bit of line weight already. You could also go ahead and do this part with the Tombow brush pen, like this one. Most easy to use is the blue one. It's also an old one. There it actually would be better to use a new one because those are getting very the point from the tips, they are getting quite bad. But yeah, you could use those as well, but Dave always goes in with a 01 fine liner first, and I think when you do it like that as well, you will be able to produce a drawing that's more in the style of David Finch. That looks even more like he would do it. But like I said, very often I have done this, that I went in with the Tombow pen right ahead and did the line weight properly. But as you might know, I'm trying to achieve a more sketchy style, and for that, that's the better option for sure. Okay. I will upload this video just in HD. I did the Bane one in, I don't know if it's 4K or it's at least almost 4K, but a 2-hour video in 4K, that's too long. First of all, it takes ages to be uploaded, and I don't think it's really necessary. You will see enough in HD, and all the stuff that's going up there on the internet needs server space. Server space also needs, let's just go ahead and do this one right now. Server space, unfortunately, also is bad for our CO2, which means we should try not to use up too much if not necessary. So the longer ones I will stick to HD from now on, which is also brilliant, I guess. Brilliant quality. You can see this already looks pretty nice. It's very easy. Put in some line weight in these as well. I will put in some shadows later, of course, but you can also do some line weight right now. The lines that are under are supposed to be a little bit thicker. This could be a thick line, and this one is thinner because it's the upper side and the light is coming from above. So sometimes I get asked about a video about line weight, and I will do something, but there's not too much to it. I have to think of stuff so I can make a video interesting, a whole video. Or maybe I'll just do a 3-minute video, it's okay as well. Doesn't always have to be good on YouTube. If it's not performing too good, I don't have a problem with that. But of course I strive to produce videos that are performing good, because you want your work to be seen. But sometimes it's just necessary to do the thing that would help you out the most, even though it might mean that it'll not do well, because so really short videos are are okay for in-betweeners, but YouTube wouldn't recommend them too often to a lot of viewers, because man, I hope you're not falling asleep. I feel like I'm talking so slowly. The shorter videos, they will not keep people to watch for a long time, of course, because it's over soon, and YouTube wants the people to watch a lot. So if you want to help me out, by the way, feel free to, for example, when you would work on your computer, whatever it is, and you want to help me out, you can just open my channel in the background and go, maybe the binge watching Dr. Rocker one would be a nice choice, or just take one of the playlists on my channel and let it run in the background. Then you will help me out, because I would get a lot of watch time, which means YouTube would recommend my stuff more. I know it's a cheat, but I'm good with that. If you want to cheat YouTube to help me out, go nuts. I would be in your debt. And of course, as always, it's a big help if you recommend my channel to your friends and family, share it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got. And if you don't have Instagram, get it. It's really great for artists. I'm not getting paid for saying that, but I really get so much good stuff to look at on Instagram. All the big ones are there. David Finch, Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Greg Capullo, and they all post regularly. Some more, some less, but it's really a great way to see what's up and yeah, to get some information even on what's hot and what's not. No, really cool stuff. And of course, your beloved Dr. Rocker is there as well. I have to make sure not to go too fast here with the long lines, because the pen wouldn't be able to hold it. Then I would end up with all these nasty double lines again. And the last spider web. Of course we need to do some shadows on the spider web, but we are almost done with the basic spider webs. So and by the way, I actually would have to tattoo right now, and the family is all out in school and kindergarten, and the little one is at my sister's, Lawrence. You know him from my channel. He's playing with his toy cars with my sister, because usually I actually would have had to work on a tattoo today, but my client unfortunately got corona. She's not doing too bad, but she got corona, so, and it was like on short notice, which is good for you guys, so because now I have time to do another one of these, which is amazing. It's totally quiet. There's nobody here. I love my family, but it's hard to work on a stuff like a YouTube channel when there's always screaming going on. You know how it is with the family. It can get crazy. I'm getting the hang of it, doing these 0-1 lines like Dave does. Just, I think he does it the same way. It looks like it. Just very soft, fluently go over everything. That's not necessary. I will do that with the brush pen. Which is the next step, actually. Is it? Yes. What I will do first is I will use the Tombow pen now to fill in the spider already. Like that. Because this is easier than with the brush pen. You have more control with this one. There's our little spider. Okay. That's that. Already looks cool, and there's a spider. And since I'm on it, I will also do the blacks from the eyes, because it's easier than to try not to make some extra lines with the actual brush pen. These synthetic brushes I'm using here. No, that's not is it a synthetic brush? I don't know. At least this thing is way more easy to control. There's a glance like this, a reflection, a very important one. And so we are already getting some strength in the drawing, because the blacks, they make the drawing strong. And that's it. Now we will use the brush pen. There it is, the Pentel brush pen I was talking about. It's the same Dave uses. So let's go in and do these strong blacks. You can just follow me along and also use the reference you can get on Instagram, or also from this video, of course. Just do a screenshot. But you will also be able to see this one. Let me just try. Yeah, I guess. Now you can see that's what I'm drawing from. And again, this doesn't have to be exactly the same way, but you just need to get the essence of Dave's drawing. So you can see I'm not trying to recreate every shape or every line. Just make it work. That's a big one right there. Ooh, juicy brush pen. Nice. I'm trying to do the same movements as Dave, because very often I would just go like this, and he's doing this all the time when I see him on Monday Night Draw. I need to look at him when he's drawing more, because most of the time when I watch these, I draw myself, because I want to do videos for you guys, and there's also always a project I'm working on, like a comic book or something like that. Which means no time for just watching. But I should. I would learn more. And if you are drawing along with me at the moment, that's fine. That's great even. I love the thought that I'm drawing with you guys right now, but at the same time, try to look up every now and then to see what I'm doing, because it might help out. You might even be doing better than I do, don't get me wrong, but for learning effect, it's great to see what the other guys are doing. And by the way, you can learn a lot from everybody. Even if you think that that you are more advanced at somebody else, you can still get something from another drawing that might be from an artist that's only working for a short amount of time. You can learn from mistakes, but only because somebody isn't working for a long time doesn't mean he isn't able to produce something decent. I will just go ahead now and do this more like on my own. Those are very small small shapes. They will look way better once they are hatched. And I guess when I'm done with these, I will do the hatching on all the blue, or let's say black parts. It depends on which Spider-Man it is, but usually this part we are inking right now is blue. And I guess we will do the hatching later, and then we will do the rest of the costume. Of course, there is more darkness because the sun is from up above, or the light. But still there's a reflection from the city down below, which produces the rim light from below, which makes the whole drawing look way better. That's a nice one. Man, Dave has an understanding of anatomy that I don't have. But it's cool, looking cool. And you can see, I'm sure I'm not 100% doing what Dave does, but I dare say it will look good, and yours will as well. So do not hesitate and draw along. And sometimes I'm trying to see how he did it here, but sometimes I'll just like now I will not look and just do it with my own understanding. You can't understand everything. I mean, yes, you could study it inch by inch, but inch by inch for Finche. Of course, still a great idea and a great learning experience, I'm sure about that. But I will not take the time to do that, and I really don't think it's necessary. Oops. So there's a lot of black, which is nice. I always stuck to the pages from Dave's book. I hope I do not ruin it too much. I even have an original sketch on the first page from Dave. I showed it to you. You've seen it. I showed it to you when we did the stream with the gesture drawings, which is really, really gold if you want to become a better artist. I really highly would recommend you check out the video about the studying from David Finches gestures from this book. We did a bunch of them very fast because we just did the gesture, including the muscles though, and I'm sure you will get a lot out of it. I did. I think I learned a lot even from doing this one video. I need to do it again. I will do one again like that and film it. I will not just do my own video again, I will do another one for you guys, because I'm learning a lot and you can learn with me, and I have another video done, which is also great. You have to feed the channel if you want it to grow. Grow for me. Who knows The Little Shop of Horrors? Such a great movie, I love it. I love it to death. Haven't seen it in quite a while, but really, really good one. Not the Thor movie though. Thor Love and Thunder. I hated that movie. I usually don't hate movies, but I hated this one. It was like, I don't know if you have seen it, and I don't want to rant about it yet now all the time, but man, this was bad. It was like a silly version of Thor with the original cast. That's how it felt. Like a scary movie, kinda Thor. But whatever. Sometimes they are allowed to mess up. And I guess it's not doing great as well, but I would be amazed if it did. And if you like it, that's okay, of course. Don't get me wrong. Have fun watching if you like it. I didn't enjoy it at all. I was glad when it was over. Okay, we're almost done with the strong blacks, and look at that. I thought, will this be dry enough? I don't know how Dave does that. He never smudges like that. Why is it? What ink do I have? It's a good ink. Now I have to take another piece of paper. Let's use this one again. Oh my. Always the smudging. And I know I could wear one of these gloves, but I don't want to, first off. And second of all, you can smudge with those as well. Not as easily, but still could happen. Okay. We're almost done with the strong blacks, people. And that's a big one. And then I will let it dry for like 10 minutes and then I'll come back to do the hatching. I might even go ahead and take the hairdryer out, give it a spin. I would like to be smudge free, but then I would have to go digital, and I will surely not go digital completely because I still think I will try to pursue a career as a comic book artist, YouTube artist. I will stick to it, and therefore I would need the originals to sell. Because you shouldn't kid yourself. You need to sell something if you want to have a lot of time to draw. I mean, you might be old enough to be in the pension, and then you can kind of do whatever you like if you're getting money without having to do anything for it. But when you're young enough, you need to get some money. And yeah, with art, not so easy. But you can do it. Believe in yourself. Okay. Those are all the strong blacks we need. Now I will let it dry for a second and I'll be right back. Okay people, I waited a while. I think this is dry enough now. I even tried to get rid of most of the smudges right there. Worked a little bit. Good enough. And now we will do the hatching and the line weight. I will start off with this Tombow pen right there, and let me just warm up with some shadows here at our webbings. This will look way better once they are done. You can see it already. It throws a little shadow and it looks so much better. And I will do some line weight on the bottom of all these. That's nice. I hope I will not smudge anything now. Man. Okay, these take a while, of course, but you can see they really make a big difference. They really look very, very nice. You can do them more in a faster manner, but I would recommend to take your time and do the cool ones. These really, really cool looking spider webs. They're amazing. They're totally worth the time, I guess. And you can see you can really be very sketchy. These, especially these, I mean, all of the drawings should have lots of movement and stuff, all the comic drawings, but especially the drawing when you draw an action pose like Spider-Man. I mean, he's swinging towards the air like a crazy person, like really fast, and it needs to be, there need to be a lot of movement in the drawing. So go ahead and be very sketchy with this one. Some line weight here, and I will try to do this sketchy line weight like Dave does. And for some reason the cat is crying all the time. I will take a glance on what he wants. Maybe he wants to get inside. I'll be back in a second. Apparently our cat was almost starving, so I had to give him some food. I don't know why. I saw him eat a mouse earlier today in the morning. But yeah, whatever. And by the way, I just realized when I take a look at the screen, this appears bigger than that, but that's just because the camera is more on this side and it's a little bit up higher because it's a book and this is a flat piece of paper. So this one is bigger, just so you know, because I was talking about that I will have to draw it a little bit bigger than on the 11 by 17. No, not 11 by 17. The book size, the comic book size, the printed one. So yeah, just to make that clear, I wasn't telling you bogus. This one actually is bigger. But I don't like it when the camera is directly from up above, because very often you will not see the movement of the hand, which is a very important thing though, because now you can see exactly what I draw. Otherwise you would just see that and then be surprised on what I did, but that's not good, I think. In my videos I try to make this properly. And of course the drawing is a little bit in a wrong angle, but not as much so you would think that it doesn't look good or you wouldn't be able to draw along. That's not the case. Okay, I will go ahead now and get rid of this for a second, because I want to show you properly how I draw this here. And I will already do the spider webs on this one as well. There the lines from the fingers will get a little bit bigger, because first of all it's nearer to us and the line weight should be in proportion of the thing that's drawn. And in this case, this hand is very near to us, so it needs to have more line weight. And another reason is it should stick out in comparison to the spider webs. They need to be thinner, because it's just spider webs. Those are very, very thin and I want to say delicious, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Man, I haven't slept enough, to be honest. I haven't slept enough, but I had to take this opportunity go ahead and do a drawing whilst I was able to, since my beloved family is out and my beloved customer has gotten corona. Oh my, not in the camera. Here we go. Sorry. But I guess it's not happening a lot. I'm very aware, usually, of where I'm drawing. Okay, some shadows. Look, there's a shadow, and a bigger one is here, because when the rope is further away from the ground it is on, it produces a bigger shadow, like here. There it's smaller and it's getting bigger there. But you can also just go nuts, actually. It's not that important. Follow the rules for sure. But don't beat yourself up about that. Oh, looks way better already. Camera is in a weird angle today. I have to draw so low. But I will not change that now. It's always a bummer to have to change a camera angle, because you have to let it get in focus, then you have to get rid of the autofocus, then you have to control if it worked properly, because sometimes it doesn't, and then everything is blurry. Don't want that to happen. I want you to have a nice experience when watching these videos. Okay, that's enough for the ropes. And so we have all the spider webs, and I will start here now with the hatching. Which means I will use this one a lot, because very often I can show you on the original drawing, very often the hatchings are like this. Just small ones, a lot of small ones, and I will still try and keep this one in focus now and just hatch away now. Oh my god, I still smudged something. How is this possible? Can you tell that to me? I took a break for about 10 minutes. I hate it. Sorry, but it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Why is this so wet? Dave is fooling around all the time with his drawings, and it never happens like that. Man, that's annoying. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay. Still, let's try and produce a nice drawing here. The bicep will be hatched on both sides. And you know what? I want to try out what he did right there. That's what Dave did. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Some line weight here. Okay, I didn't do those nice enough. Anyway, let's move on. Let's produce a proper drawing, and hopefully without any more smudging. I really should have used the hairdryer, but the thing with the hairdryer, I used it on this one, and you can see, I mean, that's also not the best paper, and it's not as thick, but it's like that. I used it too much. Of course, I can let it lie under a book for quite a while, then it would work again, it would look better again, but don't want to do that, don't want to have to do that for mostly. And here, since this is small enough, I will try and do these even with my 01 fine liner, the broken one, because he's going quite thick if I press enough. Anyway, so I guess this one's better. Yeah, I guess that's working. Not much hatching there in this one. So if you're not too good at hatching, this might be a nice drawing for you to try out. There's not enough hatching in the whole drawing, and you will be able to produce a cool drawing without having to hatch too much. Oh, and by the way, I will have this one colored by a friend of mine. And I will even wait till he's done, and only then I will release the video, so I can show you later. I will show you later in the video the colored piece, the colored version of this piece, which is cool. He asked me if I would have something to color, and I said, well, I want to draw a Spider-Man soon. You could color this one and I could put it in the video if you like, and he was all up for it, so that's great. It's nice for me because I will see this piece in colors, and it's nice for him. He will have something nice to color, and he will be featured here on this video, which is also great. He's also on Instagram, but I will talk about him later in the video. Now we want to draw this properly. You can see my 01 fine liner is damaged enough, so if I press a little bit harder, the lines are getting really, really thick. And here's the thing I wanted to do. I show you this. Here, that's a very, very nice shading, and I'm sure he did it with this one. And I want to try it as well, which means I only have one shot, very fast movement. I blew it a little bit. I should have practiced the angle on an extra piece of paper, but it's good enough, and now I hatch out of it like this. It's not as good as Dave's, but it's cool. Okay, I'll do some more hatching right there. It's interesting because, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a cover. It's really, really cool, but I think it's a commission, the one from Dave, because when he does covers, he even is tighter than that. Yeah, actually, I'm sure it's a commission. He's way tighter on covers, but it looks awesome. Everything is up and running. I have to check all the time. Making sure everything is as it should be. I like when they break up like that. I think that looks so good. And there are a lot of, you know what, I will go ahead and do a little bit of a cross hatching, and here we need to do some more folds. Because here, of course, there's a hard bow, and this produces a lot of folds, like that. Again, this is different to how Dave did it, but I think it's working. So and now I also stopped trying to do the hatching lines too much as Dave does them, and they instantly look better, I think. Not because mine look better than Dave's, not at all, but everybody has a way to work, and I have a way to hatch, and that's just the way I hatch mostly. So of course it's easier for me to make them work. But no worries, I will try not to get too far away from Dave's version. And you can see I'm turning this around now, because when I do it like that, first of all, I'm way faster, and second of all, they will be better if I do it like that. So for you, like I always say, if you are doing this at home, move the paper around all the time. All the time. When I draw something just for Instagram or comic pages, I move the paper around all the time. It's so much more easy to draw this way. I only don't do it often when I do these videos, because you can watch it better if the drawing is staying in the same place. Of course we need to do some hatching lines there. Hatching lines, some line weight. Stay with me, computer. Okay. I think this one is almost dying. Might happen that this pen is not around for a very long time anymore. But I have plenty of those. It's not a problem. I don't have plenty of the 01 fine liners, but I eventually ordered some. But for some reason, they take a while. They will not be here for another few weeks for some reason. I don't know. Some shortage because of all the craziness in the world that's going on at the moment. I hope everything works out for the best for all of us. I hope the crazy situation in Russia and Ukraine is better very soon. And mostly not because I want my fine liners, but I don't want any people to have to endure war. It must be so bad. So please, people, stop shooting. Agree on something. I know it's easier said than done, but it's necessary. Imagine kids in the underground waiting for the bombs to drop. I would die if that would happen to us, and I would have to tell to my kids, well, we have to wait whether the bomb is hitting or not. Maybe we will have a house later on. It must be so horrible. And all about money, I don't get it. I really don't. Nobody should do that. Because in the end, it's all about money. Pride, but pride is even worse of a reason. But yeah, I don't want to get too political. I also don't know enough, but I know that war never helps and never did. Our country has been to war quite sometimes. I'm from Austria, as you know. I've heard a lot about World War II and all his horrors. It's crazy. Not worth anything. So that's the way it is. We are crazy people. Mankind might be doomed to fail, but we'll see. At least I hope I'm not failing on this picture. It's coming together. Here I didn't follow exactly along with David's drawing, because I have a bit of a different understanding of the muscles, and now of course I need to hatch everything the way I did it, the forms and stuff like that. So and it's okay if yours is also different. That's the way it goes. He did this right there, which is looking good, but the light is coming from above. I want to try and do it a bit different, because I understand it like this. And if it's looking worse, I still learn something. But in my understanding, it should be like this. I guess it works both ways. Yeah, I think that's also okay, don't you think? Well, that's how it is now anyway, so here, those are some folds, I guess. I'm sure he had done this in I don't know, 90 minutes or something like that. Way faster than I. Okay, but to be fair, I have to take a look very often on how he did it. Would be faster for me if I just would be able to draw. Just draw, without having a camera pointing somewhere and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, I'm not making up excuses. I'm perfectly aware that Dave is like 137 times better a comic book artist than I am. But that's okay. We are almost done with the hatching from the black, from the blue suit. Only this is left, so let's get going. Let's finish this piece. I'm getting in the hatching mood, I can feel it. I will try this, what Dave did there as well. Hatching in this direction here. Yeah, it's working. And here I will do that. And hatching in this direction. Okay. There will be a lot of videos, by the way. Look, did I leave out a rib? Kind of. He does this really cool thing here. Okay, I want to do this as well. It looks cool. We are getting there, people. Now, I didn't do all the strong blacks up here. If you take a look, there's more black parts than I did. You know what, I will just blacken this out. And he did another thing here, what I didn't do entirely. But I will just fake it and do it like this. And also, let's just go black. If in doubt, black it out, says the master. Which is David Finch. And when you doing these small hatching lines with this one, the best way is to use this movement. And do a line like this, because with every movement there's a small dot of ink, which is smudging instantly if you're not careful. And you see, I wasn't even too uncareful and I smudged so much again. Man, that's bad. Sometimes it's just a smudge fest, no matter what. Really almost no long hatching lines. Very, very easy. Bit boring almost to hatch like that. But it looks cool. And it's nice if it's a little bit easier every now and then. Okay, people. I love this pen. Look at those lines. No effort at all. Might happen that when I get a new one, I'll just ruin it. Okay. Then, ooh, we didn't draw some of the stuff, I just realized. But we will do that when we do all the areas from the webbed part of the drawing. Okay, what I will do right away is real quick the shadow of the shadow up from the head, right there, just like that. And now we will use the pencil again and draw in the spider webs. Okay, we will draw in the collarbone first. There is the shoulder, like here, and the collarbone ends up in there. It's not much we need to draw besides of the webs, but still a little bit. And there are the muscles from the shoulder. They're like here. And yeah, the other collarbone. There's also a muscle from the shoulder. And or is it a collarbone already? No, that's the collarbone, man. From here on, that's the collarbone. Okay, and now we need to draw all the lines. This is supposed to be in the middle. He just did. He just did it as he wished. But let's just try and do one. Is there one in the middle? I have to. Yes, you can see there's our Spidey and there's one in the middle. So let's go for one in the middle line. So I will do it a little bit different than here, because the middle line would be here. But that's, yeah, it doesn't matter actually. So however you want to do it. And yeah. Then we'll do it. This one right there. This one. And these are actually fairly simple. All these spider webs, just make sure that they are even and evenly spaced. And once you have these, you just go ahead. You know what? I will use this pencil again, the H pencil. It's a little bit harder. And yeah, make sure that there are not too many. We also could have gone with, we could have leave these out and do more space, but I wanted to do it like he did, right there. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on, guys. If you want to, you can also draw a help line like this, or you just go ahead and imagine the help line. Whatever works best for you. And you can see, only now he's looking like Spider-Man. But all of a sudden he does. Okay, and now that's a little bit trickier. There's the line in the middle. A little bit trickier to do it right on the rest of the costume. We will use very thin lines like Dave did right there. There's also a strength from the muscle. We will draw this as well. And now we just go ahead. There's the belt, kind of belt. We will just go ahead and try not to do too many. I might even do a row less than we did here. Just because I like it. I will just draw the lines now. When I ink it, I will take care a little bit more about the bumps from the stomach muscles. And what's very important is that you get this right, because this you can start with a line from this one if you like, because these should be even and it should end here. It would be horrible if this would end here. That's not the right space then. So you can see there's a middle one and two there, so I need to fit in two right here, which means this one is already a little bit too much on this side. That's where you really should try to get it right. Look here, ooh, he even didn't. But we will. Well, maybe he even just did the whole thing in an hour. Because he's crazy good. You know what? It's too many. I don't like it. Sorry, but let me show you. Let me show you how I want to do that. I'm very careful with using the eraser because I don't want to smudge anymore. Okay, I will just do this on my own totally now. That's easier. I will just do one here, also here, just one line down there, and one line here. And from there on, try to define everything. Everything needs to go to his neck. And of course, when there's the collarbone, you need to have a little bump there. But like I said, I will define those bumps, especially when I will do the inks on this one, on those. Okay, this ends up here, and this, like here, is the one where it should go like this. Okay, there's the end of the arm already, the forearm. One in here. This should work like that. Yeah. Like I said, don't make too many. They don't look too good if there are too many. Okay, that's about right. And there we only have the lines, wait a second, there we only have the lines on this part because this is all the blue part. Actually, this might be blue part as well. Let's just do that. Anywho, do it properly, but don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be like my grandpa. My grandpa said, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "I'm 5." And he was like, "When I was your age, I was 6." That's a good one. It's not from me, unfortunately. Didn't come up with that myself. Heard it in some sort of stand-up comedy show. Can't remember which one. My grandpa was nice. Well, at least one of them. Both of my grandpas had to serve in World War II. And I'm sure not good for a person. Okay. They're both dead now, of course. Long time. But they both got old enough. Okay. Those are quite easy. And there I will do, I guess I will fill this out with strong blacks because there's no thing like I did here. Okay, the webs need to be in this direction. So that's also very important to keep in mind. If it goes up, it's like here. And these. Wait a second. These are in this direction. And these are. Oh my. That's not right. Let's make it right. Okay. We will start off here. Or wait a second, there's also. I always say wait a second. Man. I'm sorry guys, that's not the best stream. But I hope at least it will be a cool drawing. We will start at the bottom because I feel like it. So I will. You've seen I used the help line there. And I want to go. This is where the belt ends, and that's where I want to come in with webs. And they don't need to be exactly where the stomach muscles are. Nice smudging, huh? I actually thought I would be faster, honestly. And with a spider, we will just leave it out. We will not go till the spider. Dave did it as well. We will just leave it out a little bit. So there's a help line. So we can see the spider properly. If you want to do it really, really cool, you could go ahead and use a white Posca marker once you're done with all the webs, and even do a second line next to the black line, and this will look amazing because then you would have a Miles Morales like extra white line, which works really, really good. And now we defined that, so there's one, and we go in this direction. Sorry, we need to go here. And since we're going in this direction, these are actually wrong because we need to do them away from the body, or the bow is pointing towards the body. But what I'm doing wrong here is I forgot about the foreshortening, which means we need to do more on the forearm, like in a small, like here I will use some help lines, so then it's right. And this way we are also able to see the foreshortening even better, which is very, very good. When you get the chance to take an extra tone on foreshortening, also here of course, then do it. Here he did it right. Here he was too fast for his brain. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice to see a guy like Dave make a mistake like that. Okay, oh my, there's still some left. So many webs on the feet. But we will have those done in a jiffy, hopefully. But all in all, I have to say I'm getting faster with all the stuff I do, which is very nice. And most of all, they look better. I'm getting better. Of course, here as well, the bump is pointing towards the neck, and the same must be done here. So like that, like also done here in this drawing. And of course, what's also so nice about Spidey, with all the webs, I'll show you in helplines, and also I want to have some helplines. We can show the movement of everything more properly. You know what? I will just use those helplines and I will ink it later. And here you can see, also very nicely demonstrated here, it's foreshortened quite a bit. So this is way more than it's supposed to be here. You see? You could make it proper and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till the knuckle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got lucky actually. And then we do them like that. Okay, that looks about right. And now, not to lose time, I will go in right ahead with my 01 fine liner. And I will start with this hand. And now we will really quick do all of these again. And you know what? I will turn off the camera now for a second and we'll be right back once I drew in all of these. Okay guys, you can see what I did is just trace all of these, and now I will do real quick some strong blacks there, like I was telling you earlier, and there are some of these, you know, some of the strings. There's a better word for strings, but I keep forgetting it. Sorry. I'm not a retard. I'm just not an English person. I'm from Austria. We speak German. This is very important to hatch into the light. And it's also very important, look at that. Take a look at the eyes, and now I'll just do this. Major big difference, right? I will even go ahead and do more like this. I like it when there are more lines. Okay, there's also a little bit of a shading down there, and he used some whiteout later, but I think that wasn't intentional. And there's also a little bit of a bigger shadow here. Not necessary, but I think it looks better. Okay, so let's do some of those shadings as well. I like them. Just like that. I'll do them like this. A bit different than he did, but that's just the way I shade it. I will not do cross hatching in this direction. I'm very intrigued by doing a thing like this. I would hatch like that. That would also look very nice, but I will not do it for the sake of keeping more to the original, but I actually would really love it. I might do it. I don't know. Should I? If this would be live, you could say yes, no, whatever. That would actually help me out. Here I want to do some shadings as well. Also here, this is very nice because it's bent away from us. Also here, once we're on it. Then we will also do some hatching lines here, like David did. Is it in the camera? Yes, it is, at least now. Also some small shadings like these. And we need to do some shadings here on the knuckles, because that's a big difference if you compare those. They look so naked. But yeah, they're not done yet. I like those million lines. They make the drawing so much more alive. And here, I guess there's a shadow from the rope. Mine is positioned a little bit different, so I will not do a shadow up here, but I will do a shadow down there. Because this is a little bit more away from the light source. I hope we will be able to finish this one in quiet, because Lawrence is at home already and my wife already came home. She had a short day at work today. She's a professor in a school. Physics and biology. And yeah, it might be getting a little bit louder soon, but we are almost done, so that's okay. Same thing here. I will do some hatching lines like this, because there's a shadow to be produced. Very untypical hatching lines, but they are working for Spidey. And I will do a little bit of sort of a rim light there, because it looks nice. That's mostly the reason. And then I will also do some hatchings on this finger. I think that was a time issue here, but I guess there should be some hatchings as well. I can hear Lawrence. He might burr in here any moment. Just so you know, be prepared. Maybe my wife is able to keep him from doing so, but we'll see. Looks way better with the hatchings, don't you think? Okay, and now we will go ahead and finish finish the hatching lines there. I had some nuts before and now they're in my throat all the time. But nuts are great. I should eat more nuts again. Very, very healthy. Okay, what else? There's this one. Let me just do that. That's nice. The chest muscle, and of course, I also want to say hello to the chest. Okay. That's cool. Makes a big difference. Only a little, only some small hatchings, but still. And here, which is very important, you can see that instantly, these are very necessary. Because when you compare it, you will mostly see that it looks like this area is way further away from us than this area. I also recognize the form of the head. He should have been a little bit more broad on the upper side, but that's the way it is now. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this will make a big difference as well. So take a look real quick again, and now we will do these lines. I will follow the line, the form. Just like that. That should make a big difference. And we will also do some cross hatching like Dave did. That's nice. Drawing Spidey. Spidey's cool. I really liked the movie Into the Spider-Verse. It's so pleasingly to look at. And talking about pleasing to look at, did you guys watch Arcane? That was a masterpiece. I loved it. I actually consider watching it a second time, and I barely have time to watch something for one time. So that means a lot, if you know what I mean. I want this to be darker as well. Also here, stomach muscles. Lawrence is being bad to the dog. That's not an option. He's such a devil. I love him to death, but he's a devil. He's a devil. Okay, you know what? Still, I want to try it out. I hope I will not regret that, but if we would do a thing like here, I will just give it another go with the pencil first. Let's just see how this looks. Just like that. Is this working? Is this looking better? I'm not sure. You know what? I might not do it. Now that I see it done a little more properly. Doesn't look bad, but I think you could do it. You know what? You do it, and then you send me the picture. No, but the reason is there's the light source. The light source is hitting the head right here, so the forehead does a line like that, but it's too bright in this case, so I will leave it as it is. The only thing left for Spidey now is to do the leg, the foot. There's a rim light, but I will still do a little bit of something right there. And there's the other ankle, the actual ankle. And you can see he did some blacks right there, which is working pretty nicely on Dave's drawing, so let's just do them as well. I hope you are drawing along. You will learn so much. I already have the feeling that I learned a lot again. Something on my little hair on my, oh come on. Okay, and there's this bump right there. This also works always quite nicely. Oh my, Lawrence is in trouble again. He's in a funny mood. And I will also do a little bit of hatching lines here. That's nice. Okay guys, and that's it for Spider-Man. Okay people, here we go. Our beloved Spider-Man. Really cool drawing. I really like this one. And what I will do now is I will add the background like David Finch did, but I will do that off camera, otherwise this video will take ages and this video should be about the Spider-Man. Okay guys, see you in a second, then I will show you the done drawing and also the colored version, so stay tuned for that.
2,000 years later.
Okay guys, here we are. Sorry, that's Bane. That's not what we drew today, so if it's not looking like that, don't be alarmed. That's the one, Spider-Man, and I added the background. You can see makes a big difference to add some background to these drawings, but that also was quite a lot of work. Really not easy. David Finch is a master of these backgrounds, and I'm sure he has done this one in no time, but it took me quite a while. Although I just had to copy it from his drawing, but yeah, like I said, he's crazy. But otherwise, I have to say, this is a really nice drawing. I'm very glad I did this, and I hope you had fun watching and redrawing this as well.
And if you followed along properly, your drawing should look somewhat like this.
And if we compare it to David Finch's version, I have to admit David Finch's one is better, but that's not a surprise. But still, I think I did a good enough job, and I'm sure you will have been able to do a great job as well. But like I told you earlier, this piece will be colored by a friend of mine. He's called Mike Bui, and check him out on Instagram. He's called Chroma Comic. And here we go, people. That's what Mike Bui did, Chroma Comic. A really cool job. It looks so much better when it's colored, don't you think? Especially Spider-Man is really cool with all his colors. So thank you Chroma Comic for this amazing job on Spider-Man. But now back to the studio. He's working as a colorist and he's doing nice jobs. Check it out. That's the one, but there will also be a link down in the description. So show him some love. Give him some likes if you have Instagram. Also join in on my Instagram. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the post notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. And now I want you to go and watch this video. That's where I show you how to draw David Finch's Wolverine in pencils, also in real time. So if you liked today's video, I guess you will like this one as well. Also a great chance to practice and study David Finch. So see you there, my friends. Have a great time. Don't forget to draw every day. And yeah, see you on the next one.